What's up, cool people? I'm Matt Conroy, coming at you with another game review. So this time I am reviewing a game called Another Sight. This was a very recent game with gold on Xbox Live. As I'm recording this, it's actually still towards the tail end of its available time to download for free. But by the time this video goes up, it will not be free anymore. So, I'm gonna go to the select scene to pick a particular location or spot to start this game from, because, like, I don't want to pick it up where it probably has my last save because of story stuff. So we'll just start from the beginning, I think, and hopefully the game can actually give me, like, sort of the introductory backstory stuff for you. But anyway, pretty simple game on the whole, really, in terms of gameplay and buttons that you use. Honestly, I kind of forget if the game gives you the backstory early on or not. And I think at first, if you go back there, there's like a semi-hidden collectible thing. So that's already a slight thing to note for, I guess, increased replayability or whatever.
Father? Father?
So you play as this girl, Kit.
Where am I?
And
Is anybody there?
so she's...
Now what am I supposed to do?
Anyway, she finds herself in this strange world, and it's actually like a dream world of sorts, I guess, maybe. I don't... Or there are definitely, like, noted dream sequences throughout the game.
Worldly about this place.
But, you don't just play as the girl, though. Eventually, you pick up a companion. And when I say eventually, I mean very early on. And that would be it right there. And I forgot I had changed the skin for the cat, whose name is Hodge.
Who are you?
Yeah, this is not the way Hodge normally looks. It starts off looking like pretty much just a regular, like, orangish colored cat.
Where am I?
But some of the collectible things unlock different colors and skins for Hodge.
Was that a dream? Am I still dreaming? Oh, stay with me, won't you? I don't understand
Yeah.
what's happening to me, and I'm a little frightened.
So, I don't know if you'd really call this a spoiler. The reason this game is called Another Sight is because
No,
Kit has
wait.
lost
Can't see anything clearly.
some of her normal sight and therefore, doesn't really see all the colors and such like normal. In fact, things,
Now I'm
as you play through the game, seem pretty dark to her unless there's,
not
like,
at all.
movement around. So, I don't know if that's supposed to indicate that she's totally blind or just, like, mostly blind. But anyway, that's kind of the core gameplay, is that you gotta switch between Kit and Hodge, solving various puzzles to progress. And some of those puzzles require sound so that Kit can end up able to move to certain places,
Closed.
because otherwise she can't
That's
see
impossible.
what she needs to. And then Hodge, just through sheer size, can get to certain smaller places that Kit would not be able to. Oh, I guess... Do I need Hodge to, like, release something here? Or what's the deal? But, in terms of the story, I mean, well, it's not a long game, so it's not like there's a ton of story to really talk about. But it all centers kind of around the world that Kit finds herself in. And, let's just say she encounters various creative minds,
I'm sure things will go back to normal when I reach the surface.
like
No more colored sounds.
well-known
No more talking to
historical
humans who understand what I'm
creative minds. And I'm not going to say a whole lot of who's what and how it works in this game.
That noise was blind.
Like who's
I mean,
maybe
it was
good or bad or anything like that.
how
But
strange. If there were trains,
I will say, of course, conflict arises
come on,
when
let's have this exit once and for all.
Edison and Tesla encounter each other. But anyway, you can make the cat meow while controlling it. Yeah, okay.
Pussycat.
Can only jump if a landing spot is visible. Right. So that's some of the stuff where you have to use Hodge in order to be able to get Kit to advance through
Wow,
certain places.
I'm in better shape than I thought. It seems the construction work is almost finished here. Maybe there's an exit.
But in any
nearby.
case, let's see. So this game is rated E. Literally the only thing cited in the game rating, I think, is like mild fantasy violence, I think is what it says. And that's pretty much just because of certain environmental hazards that you can encounter that
This is the place, I think.
ultimately cause harm to the player characters.
He's so obsessed with his old
But, like, they don't even really show
It
it.
never occurred to him to bring Mother flowers. No wonder she left him.
So,
Ah,
definitely a very kid-friendly game.
I told him it was his fault.
But I will say
Then angry.
the game is a bit on the short side of things. So, when last I looked at its purchase price on the
and then you found me.
Xbox Live
Said those hurtful things.
shop or whatever,
I just want to say sorry.
I really would not say it was worth the $30 price tag that I saw associated with it.
You're a good listener, you know? Nobody ever listens to me.
I mean, unless you get like super duper stuck, this game really is only going to take a few hours to play through.
Where are you going? Come back! Let's wait together! Oh, please don't.
But I mean, like, it's not like a bad game for what it is. It's just kind of short, is the main issue with it. Eventually, you do have times when you need to, like, hide from guards who are trying to, you know, capture Kit. They won't do anything to Hodge, but they'll try and capture Kit. Yeah, I don't really know if there's a whole lot more to be said.
Where are you going? Please, don't leave me alone.
I guess, you know, as I briefly mentioned before, there are collectibles that can give you, well, I mean, there are skins for Hodge, there are
What exactly the
character profiles available, and of course associated achievements for those character profiles. And I think some of the collectibles also give you information on like the world as a whole, or like the different places that you go in the game. But otherwise, I don't know if I've seen
half of tower.
a whole lot going on with it that would really
What happened to the
further justify its $30 price tag that I saw. If you can get it at, you know, at a good discount, then maybe consider it. I would just say I'm glad I got this game for free, because I definitely would not have bought it. I think after this little scene, I might kind of exit back out to the main menu and get into some stuff there, because otherwise, I mean, you've seen the core gameplay mechanics. There are certain times when you end up, like, operating certain contraptions, for lack of a better way to put it. And so those kind of operate a little different, but it's usually just a matter of, like, pressing and or holding certain buttons, operating certain levers, and different things like that. Possibly in certain sequences. So, yeah. Anyway, let's go back to the main menu. So yeah, I don't know if there's really a whole lot else to say about the game. So if you go into the extras, there's the character biographies that you can unlock, and I guess they call them world descriptions, which just talk about the different places you go through in the game. I missed a couple as I was playing through. I'm not sure I really bothered to go completionist on this. But one other thing that I will say in terms of like story bits and slightly, I guess, unique-ish things about the game. Towards the very end of it, you end up with somewhat of a choice to make. And it essentially involves, okay, do you stay in this sort of like dream world-ish place with, you know, certain people who have been friendly to you, or do you, you know, go back to reality as you know, or as you knew it before, despite the fact that the people trying to take you there have not exactly been kind. In some cases to you or to the other characters within the game. And you do get two slightly different endings for it. But it's literally like right at the end of the game. There's nothing else that really like... There's no like sequence of decisions that affects that significantly. So really, if you're anything like me, you'd probably just, you know, pick your one ending the first time around that feels more right, so to speak, and then just go back, hit continue, and be like, okay, now I'm going to make the other choice. Just to get that achievement and see what the other ending is. So I guess that's really about all there is to say about this game. It is kind of interesting at times seeing and operating some of the various contraptions, creations, whatever you want to call them, and seeing which historical creators you encounter. I mentioned two specifically. There are other types. There's at least one artist, at least one musician, and that's really all the more I'll say. Because, personally, part of what I think made the game fairly fun and noteworthy to play through the first time around was, you know, realizing these historical figures who popped up and not expecting them to be there, I guess. But anyway, so on the whole, I mean, it's a fairly standard-ish game in terms of quality. I think it's pretty short and does not justify its current price tag that I've seen. So if you include the price tag as a factor, I'd almost put this as like a 5 or maybe even a 4. But if you exclude the price tag, I'd say it's probably somewhere around like the 6-ish range. Maybe like 6.5 or 7 even, because it's not a bad game. It's just short. So especially if you like, you know, kind of puzzle platformers, then, you know, it's not a bad game. And honestly, there isn't really too much to point out in terms of, like, you know, how appropriate or not it might be. It's rated E. and there was really no reason for any debate with that. Literally suitable for all ages, essentially, as long as they have the mental capability of playing any video games and solving the puzzles within. So, yeah, I guess that's really about it. So, might as well just wrap this up. As always, like the video if you enjoyed it. Share it with others if you want them to see. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos from me. Click the bell if you want those notifications when I upload new stuff. You can also look down in the description for info on other social media pages and how to find and follow those. And of course, leave your comments down below with any thoughts that you have. You know, even if I do a review of a game, if I get requests to play it on the channel, I'm not necessarily going to turn those down just because I've already played the game and done a review of it. So, yeah. Anyway, all that to say, whatever thoughts you have for me, let me know down below. So, that's it. Hope you're all doing well. Hopefully I will see you for the next video. But until then, stay cool, people.